Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracle student and a channeler. And welcome to day 11 of my daily dose of hope. And where I was guided by my guides. Uh, they they suggested that I come on and try to give a daily dose of hope because the waves are starting to pick up, the waves of emotion, the waves of events, and the waves of yeah, everything is starting to pick up. And I thought before I started, I would come out. So usually I introduce this and I said, you might wonder, why do I say like I'm a Course in Miracles student and I'm a channeler? I could say that I'm a student of many, many different things. I'm a student of life. I'm a student. Yeah. The reason I do say that is because I just found it to be, it is the practice that I've been using for the past 6 years. And I find it to be really good in clarifying your mind and in helping you to prepare yourself for channeling. Not that you need it for channeling, you don't, but it helps you so that you keep your vibration high, and so that what you bring in high level stuff or high vibration things. That's why I say that. It's yeah. I'm a student of many things, I guess, as we all are. So what I wanted to come on today is to talk about is I had a channeling this morning, and I won't go into who I channeled. I think it might be a little bit too much, uh, but I'll just say that what I learned from the channeling is that the excuse that we're doing things, that we're just doing our job, just doesn't cut it anymore. And of course, we see from the past 3 years or 4 years of craziness that a lot of people were just doing their jobs and ended up doing things that were quite, yeah, I mean, from a human perspective, that were quite, yeah, people went onto the dark side basically by just doing their job. And so that excuse doesn't work anymore. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm just doing my job. I've got these bills to pay," and you know, yeah. So from this channeling, not that the being that I channeled was saying that, but just the being who was saying it, it was quite shocking to say, "Oh, okay, yeah." So we can't use that anymore. Our job is the job of love, and we have to, that's our job from now on in. We can't be fooled by this system anymore. We have to do the job of love, and that's all I'll say about that. And before I go into my channeling, I just wanted to introduce my bowl. This is my G bowl, and I use this a lot in the morning for my meditations. And I thought I would just, before I go into the channeling, just ring it a few times to kind of clear the energy here. All right. So that's all I had to say from my point of view, and we'll just call in the guides and see if they have anything to share. So here we go. Mm. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda, and we are what you might know of as a mermaid, although we don't call ourselves mermaids. We exist in this dimension a little bit higher than your dimension, just a little bit higher, and we also exist on another planet. We are, as you are, we are existing in many places at once, and these are the two main places that we exist at this moment. And we came on to speak today because we think this is a very, very uh, apt discussion for us to discuss. Um, Now, the story of our planet, original story of our planet, where there were two races on our planet, the planet that you would know of as Alpha Centauri. Again, we do not call it that. Um, but on our planet Alpha Centauri, there were the race of the mermaids that lived in the water, and there were the race of the Alpha Centauris who lived on the land. And there was an animosity that existed for many, 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 many generations, and that at this moment we are at peace on our planet. But there were many, many things that had happened. There was a lot of water under the bridge, uh, you might say, and we learned a lot about peace, and we are learning about peace through you as well. The reason that we were able to reach peace on our planet were because of beings like this being in front of you. There are a few beings on this planet that are incarnate, that are also a part of our planet, and we are learning about your world through them. You see, on our planet, our experience of our chakras is a bit different. We have, like many advanced, well, you might not think of them as advanced in that respect, but many of us who advanced in a certain way, we cut off our connection to some of the lower chakras, and we weren't able to connect with them. And so, since we lost this, we became, you might say, quite vicious, which is surprising, you might think, because you would think that the lower chakras are the vicious chakras. But if you're missing any of them, then you become less than, you might say, what you think of as human, and less than love, because love encompasses all. Love does not take out part and just loves a part of something. Love loves everything. It encompasses everything. It is everything. And this is what we learned. This is what we learned because we, in trying to reach a state of perfection, a state of peace, we cut ourselves off from those darker emotions. And by doing that, we ended up committing atrocities because we thought that that was the correct thing to do to keep the peace. But what we didn't realize was that getting in touch with those lower energies and going through them and transmuting them and rising them up through the frequencies, not cutting them off, but rising them up through the other chakras and clarifying them, is the only key to peace. That is the only key to peace, is understanding and accepting, and understanding that love is not partial. Love encompasses everything, and this is what we learned. And now on our planet, we are not perfect by any means, and that is good, and that is good, and that is good. We are not meant to be perfect in that sense, but we are perfect in the sense that we understand about love, and we understand that we try to understand and accept, and to understand that love is about truly understanding that the other person that you're with, and truly understanding that you are one, but at the same time you're very different, and understanding these differences, and also understanding that you are one. And this is part of what we had learned. And also, in addition, which is very, very important on your planet, as more and more of you come online, is understanding this idea of love and light is a wonderful thing, but you have to understand the shadows as well. It's not just the love and the light, it's the love and the light and the shadows, and the balance of the two. This is a yin and a yang universe that you're on at this moment. And in this third dimension, this is a polarity. You're dealing with these polarities. And thinking that one polarity is wrong and one polarity is right is the way of war. And what we would say is that understanding that both of the polarities are there to teach you and to help you to understand what this world is about. Understand that once you go up into your source energy, that there is no polarity, there is only love. But this polarity is just a way, it is a teaching device for you. It is a teaching device for you to go into an accelerated ascension, an accelerated teaching method. It is an accelerated school. It is a school that is sped up using this polarity. Without the polarity, you would learn all of these things, but it would take much, much, much more time. And even though time doesn't exist, it is a perception that does exist, and so that within time you are able to accomplish these things. And without time, it would take a longer time, which might seem a bit confusing to you. Now, the concept of time is not completely an illusion, but it is an illusion of practicality. It is used. You it is a way of seeing, you might say. It is just a perspective. And in that perspective, seeing that you can perfect yourself in a shorter period of time allows you to explore more and to grow more. And while you are not in this third dimensional state, or in some of the other dimensional states, which also have polarity, this is there is not such there is not a sense of urgency to accomplish and to study and to learn. There's more just this feeling of bliss, and which is also a wonderful thing. And so this is just about choice, about where you want to go and what you want to do. And a lot of you that have come here have come by choice, to try to perfect yourself, and also trying to help your home worlds as well. A lot of you come here with multiple purposes, many, many different things to learn, especially at the end of the game that you're at this moment. But we are Esmeralda, and we are here to tell you that you are amazing beings of light, and that you are experiencing all of these, both the love and the light and all of the shadows all at once. And it may seem to you to be a very, very intense time. And it is, and it is, and it is. It is a very intense time on your planet. But this is an intense time for learning, an intense time for you to become diamonds, for you to become perfect in understanding the love that pervades all of you, and understanding both sides of the coin, and then understanding that there are no sides, and then understanding that there is no coin. And this is where you're going, and this is where you're going, and this is where you're going. And it is a beautiful place. And as this being said, yes, this idea that I'm just doing my job is we would say a concept that no longer exists on your planet. We would say your job, what you do is what you do. These times, these end times that you're in, and by end times we do not mean the end of the world or anything. We mean the end of one phase of this game, this one phase of ascension, and that is all we mean. But in these times, these are very, very heightened times and very important times. It's very important for you to take off your mask and to be who you truly are, and in true power, in your true power, because this concept of that you have had of your jobs, or just doing your job, doesn't exist anymore. This box idea of the matrix is no longer existent. You cannot rely on that anymore. It is time to rely on you, who you truly are, and expressing your true love, and your true love for humanity. And this is the time, and this is the time, and this is this time. What a beautiful time it is. And you'll find that once you take a step, the universe will take that step for you as well. It is this universe is a mirror, and once you take a step towards the mirror, the person in the mirror will take a step towards you. The universe will take a step towards you. So all you have to do is take that step into who you truly are. We are Esmeralda, and very happy to have been able to communicate with you at this moment, and to bring forth this message. Hmm. All right. So Esmeralda, all right, guys. So thanks for listening to day 4 of our daily dose of hope. Yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.